one wonders what Rahul Gandhi does for all the days that he spends on his trips abroad, because what we get in terms of his events is a couple of hours here and there. Now, look at the Prime Minister's schedule, which was shared in advance. I mean, minute to minute is accounted for. You can actually account for minutes and seconds of the 3 days that the Prime Minister has spent between Delaware and New York in the United States. He has just finished the address at the UN, and in a couple of hours, he's flying out. Just a couple of hours. And he landed he reached hotel, and in an hour or so, he was at the Biden bilateral. Gyanendra Mishra. Do we really know exactly what Rahul Gandhi does apart from making those absolutely negative, depressing comments about India in those couple of hours of events? Like all the time that he spent, about 4 or 5 days in the United States, we have just 3 or 4 events. What he does there all the time?
Abhishek, I take a very strong objection to this sentiment where an intent is attributed to the leader of opposition of this country. It is very unfortunate that here we are talking about that the leader of opposition has gone to a foreign land with an intent to conspire against the interest of India and to put down the image of the country. I have a very, very strong reservation about it.
Reservations, or are you doubting the facts, Gyanendra Mishra? I mean, he did talk down India, right?
On the fact, Abhishek.
You want me to run the sound bites in which he's running down India? He's gloomy about India. He's not sure about India's march to progress.
No, Abhishek, it is again very unfortunate when anything we talk about, when we talk about something good about the country, and we also talk about when something is not going well, and we take a very holistic stand in a democratic country. As a democratic leader, you have to be receptive to the different views. You just cannot go and sing the paean in the glory of your country, but you don't talk about the different perspective, different point of view, and certain very real perception of the happening in the country. And then if somewhere as a leader of opposition, obviously you go and talk about the achievement and the greatness of your country, but you do also talk about the views, which is a view which comes from the perspective which is not the perspective of the ruling party. You have to take a more wider perspective and discussion about the issues that the country is facing. And if you talk about the minority issues, you talk about the unemployment, you talk about the other relevant issues, then you attribute the intent that what you are talking is anti-national.
No, I'll tell you why. I tell you why that this intent has to be questioned. I have never seen in my life, both professional and personal, any Sikh having difficulty carrying a turban or wearing a kada, or carrying a kada and wearing a turban. And for Rahul Gandhi to insinuate that today we have to somehow make sure that this happens to Balwinder Singh, that he is respectably able to carry his turban and kada, is of course anti-national. You can't dispute or disagree with that, right? Let me get in Karan Verma on that. No, Karan, is it about we creating a narrative and perception, or Rahul Gandhi actually saying the things that he has said?